Hi, this is Shanker, and today, after making the horoscope of Narendra Modi, I'm trying to analyze the horoscope of BJP as such. The time of taken for BJP is 6th April 1980. That is its time of taking its oath. 6th April 1980, 11:45 hours at Delhi. And with this, the horoscope which comes into being is it has a Gemini ascendant, and there are no planets in Cancer. In Leo, you have Sun, Mars, Rahu, and Jupiter. In Leo, you have Sun, Mars, Rahu, and Jupiter. No planets in Virgo, no planets in Libra. In Scorpio, you have Mercury. In Sagittarius, there is no planet. Capricorn, there is no planet. Pisces, you have Mercury. In Aquarius, you have Capricorn, you have no planets. In Aquarius, you have Mercury and Ketu. In Pisces, you have Sun. In Aries, you have no planet. And in Taurus, you have Venus. So putting it in house-wise, the ascendant being Gemini, first house has no planets, second house has no planets, third house has Sun, Mars, Rahu, and Jupiter. Fourth house has no planet, fifth house has no planet, sixth house has Moon in Scorpio, seventh house has no planet, eighth house has no planet, ninth house is Aquarius in Mercury and Ketu. 10th house, which is Pisces, has Sun. 11th house has no planet. 12th house is Taurus, which has Venus. Now, taking this into consideration and taking the dasha which is running, and also certain other calculations which I have done, let us try to analyze the horoscope of BJP and what it has in store. Now, if you look at the past, where BJP made a huge progress in the general elections, that was in 2004, and in 2004 it was the Sun Dasha. The Sun Dasha, as the Lord of Third, was in the 10th house. Lord of Third was Sun. This is basic astrology. Lord of Third was in 10th. That is, Sun was in 10th, and there was an exchange between Sun and Jupiter. So it was a very, very powerful yoga which brought BJP into power. Now, if you look at the chart, which is now the dasha, which is now running at the moment, that would be present dasha is Moon, Mars, Rahu, Sun. That is the present dasha. And when Moon started, it gave a debacle to BJP in terms of its various various state elections. It did not do well in the 4 state elections, and the power came to Congress. So as soon as Moon started, it was a problem there. And the issue with Moon is that Moon is debilitated. Moon is in the 6th house. There is a particular saying that if Moon is in 6th, 8th, and 12th, a planet which is debilitated in 6th, 8th, and 12th, or 6th and 8th, particularly 3rd, 6th, and 8th, it does very well. But I would not go by that. Moon is debilitated in 8th, and Moon is a Marak. It is the Lord of second house. It's a Marak Sthan. So when you talk about political astrology, and with my experience, I feel Moon is not strong, and it is also confirmed by other things like the D charts, the Ashtak Varga, and the other Nadi system, which I actually follow. So that is what it is, and therefore the dasha and the dasha during the time of election would be Moon, Mars. So Moon, Mars is the Lord of 6th and 11th. So Mars, being the Lord of 6th and 11th, will give a lot of work in terms of organizing, going to the grassroots level. It gives you a kind of a fillip. It will give you. There will be a positive thinking about gain, etc. So that would be there during the period of Moon and Mars. But my view is that this would not be a great time for BJP, and I would say that there will be a downfall, though I've already predicted Modi would come in power, and his horoscope, I've already told you, actually is not very strong at this time, but it gets strong in the month of October, November. So when you see a planet horoscope getting strong in month of October, November, it means that he will be able to control the situation. So I feel that the kind of planetary combination which is there, and also the strength of the Ashtak Varga in terms of my method of doing it. I mean, in terms of Ashtak Varga also, I feel that the times of this time, the number of seat which because Jupiter, in the sense in transit, um, I think I mean, it is strong, but Jupiter is a planet of wisdom. It is a planet of expansion, and then looking at Saturn, and then applying my Nadi system into consideration, I would feel that BJP would come back in power, and I would not give it more than 220, 200 to 225 seats. I mean, BJP as such, in terms of its power, and not the same as it was during 2004. So it would have to look for coalition and coalition and partnership with other people. The two horoscopes which come very strong to me in terms of who would be actually kingmakers to me would be Biju, the chief minister of Orissa, Mr. Patnaik, and the CM of Telangana, known as Mr. KCR. The horoscopes of both these people and the time which I have, I could analyze it differently, but these two horoscopes seem to me amazingly strong, and I think they may lend power to BJP. But net would be that BJP be would be in a situation where it has to go with the coalition, and the seats which I see would be around about between 200 to 225. If I look at the Congress chart, the Congress chart is 2nd January 1978. I take it as 12 in the noon, and the place I take as Delhi. Taking that into consideration, Congress has a Sagittarius, has a Pisces Lagna. I mean, Lagna is Pisces, and it has Ketu in Pisces, no planet in Aries, no planet in Taurus, Jupiter in Gemini, then you have Mars in Cancer, you have Saturn in Leo, you have Rahu and Moon in Virgo, then no planet in Libra, Scorpio is Mercury, Sagittarius you have Venus and Sun, Capricorn, Sagittarius you have Venus and Sun, Capricorn there is no planet, Aquarius there is no planet, and Pisces the Lagna. So again, to repeat it, Pisces being the Lagna, and the first house has Ketu, second house is no planet, third house is no planet, fourth house has Jupiter, which is in Gemini, fifth house has Mars, which is Cancer, sixth house has Saturn, which is Leo, seventh house has Rahu and Moon, which is Virgo, Libra has no planet, Scorpio has Mercury, which is the ninth house, and Sagittarius has Venus and Sun, which is the 10th house, and then you have the 11th house, which is Capricorn has no planet, and Aquarius again has no planets. If you look at this, and the dasha which is there, which is at the moment prevalent, is Jupiter Venus. Jupiter Venus by itself is a dasha which is talked about, and it has its own mysteries behind it, which people who know astrology would very well know about it. But Venus is a good sub period for Congress, and with the coming of the Venus dasha, it was able to get the state elections, win this 4 state elections, and also I've seen that it was during the time of Venus Antar. Mrs. Gandhi came back in. Mrs. Gandhi came back in power, dasha of Venus, but that was Venus Rahu. It was a different ball game and a different connotation altogether. It was Shukra Rahu. So here, what I feel is in case of Jupiter Venus, which is there at the moment, there would be an increase in the number of seats of Congress. From 44, it could go to 100, 105. It will have a very important role to play, as an opposition party. And one more important thing which I see from both these horoscopes is that after the period of 2022, I mean the mid of 2022, that is July, August 2022, I see a time when the coalition or the people in the opposition would become very strong and kind of raise their flag or raise their voice against the ruling party. So that is an important thing. So 2000, I feel BJP would be there. I mean, in terms of with the coalition party, from 2019, I predict 200 and 225 seats for BJP, about 100, 110 seats for Congress. I feel that the horoscope of Mr. Patnaik and Mr. and Shri KCR is very strong. And if you look at the transiting Saturn for just a moment. If you look at the transiting Saturn for the Congress, it would be in the fourth house, which is not very good. And also the whole era of coalition politics and the era of changes which happened. They were in the year of they were in the year of I'm just looking at my calculations just a moment. They were in the year of 1989, and Saturn was in Sagittarius at that time also. That is in 1989. Saturn was in Sagittarius, where ultimately even Rajiv Gandhi didn't get the majority, and finally Chandrasekhar had to became the prime minister for some time. But there is a shade of that. So net I would say is that BJP horoscope comes down various levels. In terms of my assessment, I feel it would get 200 to 25 seats. It will have to enter into a coalition partners. Congress in its Jupiter Venus Dasha would improve its position and become an important opposition, play a role of a more prominent opposition. And from 2022 onwards, that is July, August 2022 onwards, there will be troubles for BJP in terms of economic and other factors, where the opposition will raise its decibel level, or or issues with the ruling government. With this, I would like to sign off, and let me see if my predictions come right or wrong. Also, I've already mentioned the two people whose horoscope I feel is clearly going to be too strong. From the date of birth and the details which I have, with me. Thanks, and I've already tried to summarize. Thanks and bye for now. Thank you very much.